on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, you new to the area or just want to know about the best hidden gems and upcoming events? Stay tuned. Be Local Buzz with Devin takes you to these places, introduces you to the best businesses, and tells you about upcoming buzz. Preset your radio to Tan Talk 1340 AM or 106.1 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on Tan Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. Looking forward to speaking with you.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's now time for Connecting Caregivers with author, speaker, caregiver advocate, and talk show host Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for caregivers.
All the caregivers around the world today, it's time to lift you up. It's time to celebrate. Good afternoon and welcome to Connecting Caregivers with me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned.
What up, Linda?
What's up, Sean?
How you doing today?
Joyful and grateful.
Joyful and grateful. It's a beautiful day here in sunny
I
Florida.
think you got the sucking seat here.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's good you're tall.
You're trying to put me down, aren't you?
Never. I put you on a pedestal. Actually, I was at a support group at Arden Course this morning, and somebody said to me, "Do you work for Sean Scott?" And I said, "Yeah, kind of." Kind of.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I've heard about that guy, Linda, and I kind of trust you. And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Here's one of his cards.
Yeah. Well, we've been hanging out for 35 years. So
it's good. It's all good.
Pretty good.
And we have Mr. Ed on the boards today.
Happy 7-Eleven Day.
Oh, it's 7-Eleven Day.
It is 7-Eleven
Does that mean you get a free Slurpee?
Your Slurpee awaits.
Really? I never really liked a Slurpee. They're too sweet for me.
Slurpee awaits, but it's BYOB.
What did I have the other day? I think we were at it was Chick-fil-A, I think it was, and they have this new coffee thing. It's like a coffee slushy type. Absolutely fabulous.
What is that?
Yes, but be very, very careful for that brain freeze because if you just go all in, you're going to be hurting.
And so with me, I have my best friend, my co-host, and my sidekick, not psychic.
Psychic.
Hi, good afternoon. Nice to be here. Whoops.
She's not thinking it's nice to be here because she's screwing around with all these cords here and it's making her crazy. And we also have Tracy Lechtenberg from Honor Flight.
Oh, so very, very cool.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk to you in a little bit. We have a caregiver that's calling in a little while, Sean. She has a bunch of questions for you because she started asking me questions at the support group this morning. And if I have to write down the question and then ask you the question and then write down your answer and get back to I'm going to lose something in there. So do we have her on the line, Ed?
Oh, well, let's just hit it hard.
Yes. Hi, Linda. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine.
I'm so glad that you called in and Sean is here ready and able to answer any of your questions.
I love questions.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for taking my question. I appreciate it, Attorney Scott. The main thing is I had remarried. I was a widow and remarried to a widower. And we were trying to, he now has dementia and is in assisted living. And I'm trying to set up a qualified income trust for him, my husband. When I went to the bank, they would not accept the document. They did not have, I had not changed my name legally.
Right.
I was using his, both names, my maiden name and his name, and they said, no, we can't, it doesn't match our profile that we have here at the bank because we have you without his name because I never changed it. And I guess my question is, should I have this document redone or should I go and change my name?
Oh, my goodness gracious, yes. Well,
because the durable power of attorney that I have, it also has the name that's not legal. It reads, my first name, my maiden name, and then his last name. But then it also says formerly known as.
Right. That's always good.
So would it hold up would the durable power of attorney hold up in a legal sense I don't change that.
Okay, well, let's talk.
I don't change my name because I don't know what to do.
All right, well, let's start with the first part. When you are over income and you need to qualify for Medicaid benefits to pay for the cost of your care, either in your own home, in an assisted living facility setting, or even in a skilled nursing or nursing home kind of setting, if you're over income, you need to use this income trust to reduce your income below the Medicaid limit. So
Right.
that sounds like where you guys were at. Now, creating that, who can create that can be a little tricky, but you as the spouse can definitely create an income trust for the benefit of your husband. In that situation, if your name is not exactly the way it's supposed to be, there's probably two solutions there. One would be to just redo a new trust. How hard could that be? It's not that big of a deal. The other issue is you could use something I would maybe use a same name affidavit saying that, yes, you and that person are one and the same person, despite the discrepancy in the name. And then that could get us to the point where they would work with you. Third option is potentially go to a different bank. So that's where I would go. And those are the three choices or three ways that I would attack that problem. With regards to the power of attorney and your name not being exactly the way it is on your ID, obviously the best way is that it matches, that where there's no discrepancies. However, people change their names. People get married, for example, and the power of attorney would have, hypothetically, let's say your prior name was in there, and then you got married and you changed your name to something else. Well, the names don't match at all. But same idea, same name affidavit will come in and say, yeah, I know that name is not the same name that's on my driver's license, but that person and me are one and the same person. And that affidavit is basically sworn testimony that says that that's truth. And
who makes that affidavit?
Somebody like me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, more than likely.
Linda, you have some other issues besides this, right? With like Medicaid and whatever. Let's like get everything on the table.
There's more stuff. All right. Excellent.
Okay, so in regards to the qualified income trust document that I have in front of me that has not been executed, I can either have that redone or go back to the firm that did this and ask them to do a same name affidavit.
Yeah, I would probably just redo the power of attorney to make the bank happy. I mean, not power of attorney, redo the income trust to make the bank happy. That's sitting in the lawyer's computer. It should take less than a half an hour to fix that problem.
Okay, and is that true with like any life insurance policies? I mean, if it's in my previous name, that's okay, because that is still my legal name.
Yeah, it's one of those issues of like, how do you identify who you are? And things like this happen all the time. I mean, sometimes there'll be a transposition of letters, for example, in a deed where, it was LE, but you put EL as far as the person's name is concerned. It doesn't match. Does that mean that deed is invalid? No. You just need to establish that those people are the same people. So again, rinse and repeat. You get that same name affidavit oftentimes will solve that problem with regards to the discrepancy.
Yeah, because somebody told us she has to go to another state.
Why? That makes zero sense, Linda.
Yeah.
This is just redo the document or do a same name affidavit, or use your feet and go to a different bank, and your mileage can vary. I have a couple banks that I will not name them out over the air, but that are not my favorites, and I oftentimes say that their motto is how fast can we get to know?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that.
But that's not all banks, and there are some. And I mean, the easy way again is go back and just change the document. That'll be the easiest way.
Okay, I really appreciate that. And then the other situation is, my husband and I are living in his condo, which was, I think, in a life estate. His previous wife had done a trust, and the condo where my husband was living was in the trust to go to his children upon his passing. Okay, my question is, do I have a right to continue living here since he is now in assisted living?
That is a very good question. I would say the answer is yes. While he's alive, you can still reside in that property, 100%.
Okay. And the other thing is, we do have an assessment coming up. Because my husband's in assisted living, it's taking almost every ounce of income we have to pay the bills. Can I reasonably expect his children who are going to inherit the condo to contribute to any of this?
I think that's a very much a reasonable request, and in many ways an expectation. You can definitely say, hey, listen, I can't afford this assessment. This thing's going to go to you guys when he passes anyways.
And I'm taking care of it.
And I'm kind of, I'm paying all the other freight as far as, making sure that it's okay, paying taxes and all of that for it. But at the same time, I can't handle this assessment. And, in since it's going to be yours eventually anyways, I'd like you guys to pay it. And well, if you don't pay it, then eventually it will get paid when that house goes into their name. So it's kind of, you do have a little bit of leverage there to make, that's not an unusual or outlandish request for them to do that.
Okay, because it says in the trust, that his previous wife had, that the trust was to be held for his benefit during his lifetime.
Correct.
And like it says in here, provide for his comfortable support, maintenance, welfare, education, medical care, and comfort.
Yep.
But yet, because the trust doesn't have any money other than the condo, I don't see how the trust can help pay his medical bills when
it can't. It doesn't have any money to do that. 100%. Right. So, you're kind of stuck a little bit as far as, the trust is obligated or supposed to do that. Well, it can't create money it doesn't have. So.
Right. And can I qualify for homestead on my property when we're married and he's getting homestead on his condo?
That is technically possible, yes. It's a little tricky. You have to really establish and show that each one is the primary residence of the other person. It can be done. It is a little tricky on how you actually implement it. There's been some famous news cases in the last couple of years where, I can't remember, was she chief of police or something for Tampa, and she was living in Clearwater, and she had a house in Tampa and she was claiming that as homestead, and then he had a house in Clearwater and he was claiming that as homestead. And then she got in trouble with getting stopped on her golf cart and played the "I'm the chief of police" badge, and it was all recorded and it all blew up in her face. And it went from bad to worse really quick for her. So regardless of the point is that you definitely you can do that, but it has to be done very carefully. But you definitely can. It is possible to have two homesteads in a married situation.
Okay, so is that something that you handle in your office?
That would be something where we would sit down and say, okay, if we're going to be going in this direction, let's show you what the legal requirements are for doing a double homestead, what your options are, how do you establish that? And that would be something, that would be something.
And what's the best thing for you?
Correct. And so that would be more than just us doing law over the phone right now. It would be kind of a face-to-face, let's formalize this and let me give you good sound advice and let's figure out what's the best course of action for you.
You have some issues with applying for Medicaid too, right?
Well, yes, but I think we're we were on the right track. I was working with an advisor,
right?
And they were the ones that had an attorney draw up the QIT,
right?
But the problem was when I went to the bank, they wouldn't do it because of the difference in the name.
Understand. So,
but you're telling me that I might as well just have it changed.
Yes, and either that lawyer that did it before, or again somebody else who understands what an income trust is, can do that. I do get frustrated a lot of times with something called Medicaid planners in our community.
It's exactly what I want to bring up.
Medicaid planners, they exist, and what they attempt or purport to do is like, hey, listen, you don't need to go to a lawyer. We can handle this for you. We know all about how to do that. We'll take care of this problem and we'll help you do X, Y, and Z. Well, the Florida Supreme Court has very, very clearly stated that doing that is the practice of law without a license. And yet they still they still continue to do it. And
Well, then you're paying a double fee.
and this is the thing is like, okay, we're going to do a Medicaid planner, and then we're going to go, and then we're going to send you to our lawyer. So now you've paid them, and now you're paying the lawyer. And one of these outfits here in town is they actually do this, and the lawyer is in like Boca Raton or something.
Yeah.
So it's not even a local person that's doing this stuff. So it's just wildly frustrating.
And you're paying twice.
And exactly the same as, well, you don't want to pay a lawyer to do this. And you end up costing you probably more, well, definitely more than if you would have went to somebody like, an elder law attorney like us.
Well, and you're the king.
Yeah,
I mean,
good to
33
be
years.
35
years,
Linda.
42 years,
I'm
whatever it
officially
is.
old now, by the way.
Not older than me yet, though. So that's
You don't
fine.
look like you're that old.
But really,
Yes,
you've
solid
never.
tequila I drink,
Is that
apparently,
it? You
right?
see,
So.
I give different credit. The same idea.
I'm joking about the tequila. Apparently, I always have to say that.
But
so
but this
Well,
is
I
what
wish
you do.
I had known that. I guess hindsight is always
correct. And how are you supposed to know? So I'm not beating up on you in any way, shape, or form, but I am using your story as kind of a cautionary tale. Is that if you're out there and you're facing these issues with how do I qualify for care? What are the best route? What do I have to do? Who's going to do the application? Maybe finding somebody that is doing this as a lawyer, because this is extremely legally related.
It's huge.
Right.
The law on this is also bizarre. Okay, it is absolutely bizarre. There's very little to no logic to it. And for somebody who's a non-lawyer situation trying to do, oh no, I used to do it for the department. Okay, well, yeah, but no, you're still not a lawyer.
Well, and
You
the
don't
changes
understand it.
in the
I'm
laws
up
and
on
the things
top.
that
Absolutely.
happen,
I got to do CLE. I have the Florida bar that's all over me. If I make a mistake, I have to have insurance if I make a mistake. So you are made whole. I mean, these other people, nah, not really. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't have the correct, know the correct information. But I guess my other question is, if I continue living in the condo of my husband, and I do that with the hope that someday he can come home.
Right, of course.
But does his son have, as co-successor trustee, have the right to come in and sell the condo if my husband's declared incompetent?
That is
kind of stated in the trust.
That's a very interesting question. Maybe would be my answer. I'd like to look at exactly what the trust says. I believe that there's some issues with, for his best interest and taking care of him and taking care of you is kind of taking care of him. There's an argument that's there. Florida Constitution comes into play. Is that's your primary residence and you're his spouse. And that creates an interesting little twist. But what I'm mostly concerned about in that is the fact that he doesn't really own that house. It's the trust that owns that house. And the trust ultimately may be in the position of being able to control it. And your role as spouse may have less than what would be a typical power to stay there. So I'm going to give you a strong maybe on that until I would have to look at the documents and really pick.
You mean maybe that he can
That
sell
he can.
it?
Yep.
That he can sell it or possibly even rent it.
Well, this is the idea is that, your husband's not the owner of it and you're not the owner of it. The trust is obligated to use that house for his benefit. What is for his benefit? So this is where we start arguing these kind of facts. Well, his benefit would be to rent the house so we have a stream of income so we can use that income to help pay for his assisted living. That, again, there's an argument that's there. That's for his benefit.
Right.
Is it for his benefit that you have a place to live? Maybe not. Okay.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it gets very delicate situation. It's not an obvious answer one way or the other.
Right. Well, and he's to say that his children would use the rent money to pay for his care.
Right.
Yep. Lots of lot of variables for sure. A lot of variables.
I mean, they might just say, well, we want to keep the rent money because we have expenses to pay and bills to pay.
Yeah, but the trust is obligated to use the funds of the trust for his benefit. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Well, that's the way I read it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and Sean, where can she find you if
Oh,
she'd
well,
like
that's
to come
good.
see you in person?
Oh, you're so nice, Linda. Yeah. So if you want to hook up and, kind of let me put some eyeballs on that document and discuss the issue of the income trust, for example, kind of see where you're at as far as your application is concerned. Time is kind of the essence in your case. This income problem needs to be solved in July if you're going to be able to obtain July benefits. So, and we're running out of July. So time is definitely of the essence. But if you want to come see me, I always do a free consultation with all of my clients for the first time I see them. We won't count this one over the radio as your free one.
It's a Connecting Caregivers Radio bonus.
That's a bonus, right? That's funny.
Well, thank you.
So coming to see me, you can give us a call at our office at 727-539-0181. And you can also connect with us on our website at flmedicaid.com. Very simple. FL like Florida, flmedicaid.com.
Oh, okay.
All right, Linda,
right.
I hope we've helped you some today.
Oh, you definitely have. I appreciate all the time and help, and now I know which way to go with this QIT.
Good job. Excellent.
All right, my
Just
friend, we'll talk
hopefully that
soon.
They can change the name and
Yep.
they can
Yep. There's
continue on.
options. You need to take action now is my final word on that.
Right. And I was just concerned that the durable power of attorney wouldn't be valid, but you, according to you, as long as I can prove I'm who I am
Yep,
and show
yep,
my marriage.
Yep. Do it all the
Fine.
time. Do it all the time.
Yes.
Very routine, very common.
Okay. Thank you so much, Attorney Scott. You've
No
been
problem.
very helpful and I appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me help.
And thank you, Linda.
No problem. We'll talk soon. And now it's time to hear from our wonderful partners, because you know the deal. If you don't hear from them, you don't hear from me. We'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
Are you getting older, or are you taking care of somebody who is? Getting older creates new problems you probably never imagined. One of the big ones is, how do you pay for care? Care in your home, care in an assisted living facility, or care in a nursing home. Did you know that nursing home care in our community can cost up to $12,000 per month? For the last 33 years, our office has helped families access benefits, including Medicaid, VA, and PACE, to help pay for the cost of long-term care. Regardless of what your assets are or what your income is, you can qualify for these benefits. Proper planning and guidance are absolutely necessary to avoid being wiped out. Let us help. If you are in care or heading in that direction, we can help solve that problem. Take action now to obtain benefits to pay for the cost of care. Here are the 4 things that you need to do. 1, get a new power of attorney. Your old one probably isn't good enough. Get a healthcare surrogate and a living will. 3, get an estate plan that will not disqualify you from benefits. And 4, get a plan to qualify for Medicaid, PACE, or VA benefits to pay for the long-term care costs. Call us today for a free consultation, 727-539-0181, or go to flmedicaid.com and download our free book on Medicaid and planning for long-term care. I'm Sean Scott. I'm here to help.
guaranteed to make you laugh through your tears. Linda Burhan's book, Good Night and God Bless, is filled with humor and heartfelt inspiration to aid anyone facing the challenge of caring for a loved one at the end of life. Her story offers hope for human strength and understanding of weaknesses during a difficult time. Life doesn't normally prepare us to become a loved one's caregiver. When it happens, it's usually sudden. A diagnosis of an illness, age-related frailty, dementia, and life suddenly is anything but normal. And because we don't even know what we don't know, where do we turn to for help or guidance? In Connecting Caregivers, Answers to the Questions You Didn't Know You Needed to Ask, Linda offers information, education, and inspiration from her own experience and from experts whose advice, practical tools, and personal stories will empower and guide you. Make sure to add these inspiring books to your collection today. Available on Amazon.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we are back. So thank you always, Sean, for answering all the questions that people
no
have
problem.
because they have
I
a
love
ton
when
of
people
questions.
ask questions. I think that's just very helpful. We can wrap it in and be,
Well,
your questions are like so many other people's, right?
Well, and so many people
don't
think,
be
oh,
shy.
this is a dumb question.
There's no dumb
not
questions.
questions.
There's no dumb
isn't.
questions.
No, there aren't.
Absolutely.
But I forgot to announce our newest listeners at the beginning of the show today. So I want to say welcome to Janine from Clearwater, Cynthia from Largo, and Jeannie from St. Pete.
Welcome, ladies.
That's what she always says.
I say that's my one line on the show. Bring some water and welcome the ladies.
What about the dudes though?
Yeah, well,
that's
yeah. Then she
kills me
goes,
when she
and
puts
sometimes I have to put male or female if it's a iffy name.
Oh, right.
You know, like
Pat,
Jean,
Pat,
Chris, right.
Chris, yeah.
Marion,
Mikey, or whatever.
Did you know that O'Connor's name was Marion?
Really?
You know that crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Marion,
know.
yeah.
Well, that was also John Wayne's name.
Oh, no, that's an interesting
Marion?
factoid. Yeah.
Oh.
I think if my name was
His
Marion,
parents
I'd
weren't
probably
very nice.
change it.
I know.
Yeah.
But go
No
with
offense to
John.
those Marions out there, but
I don't think you are a good Marion.
I'm not a good
Yeah.
Marion, no.
No.
I don't know who would really be a good Marion.
I don't
My
know.
aunt.
Your aunt.
Yeah, exactly. Your
grandmother.
aunt.
Right.
That's it.
Unless she looks like John Wayne, then it'd be
Yeah,
even better.
exactly.
Would have been an
I hope.
improvement.
That's what would have been an improvement.
So Tracy, we're here to talk today about Honor Flight. I love Honor Flight. I had just said to you before the show started that I'm very upset because I'm too old to be a companion.
Oh, really? There's an age limit?
70.
Oh, wow.
But she did say if we look you over and you can push a wheelchair, we
Is
might
there a
give
bottom?
you-
Is there a bottom limit? I might be able to get in.
might give you an opportunity. So Tracy, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in Honor Flight first.
Okay, I am our board president. I've been a part of Honor Flight for 13 years now. I actually read a neighborhood news story about a June Honor Flight 13 years ago. And coincidentally, my grandfather, who had been in World War II, had passed, but my grandma was still alive. And the day they were flying was her 90th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, well, that's kind of kismet,
Cool.
right? So I donated to be a guardian in his name. And that was my first trip. And that was mission 6. I'm on mission 54.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
So
Wow.
yeah, we've gone a long way in 13 years. So I've been started out as a guardian, then I was volunteer, then I joined the board as the secretary, and I've been board president for the last few years. And that was the start of it all.
I'm telling you, when I went on Honor Flight, it was one of the most emotional and grateful. I can't tell you, you know, the woman I had was in the Korean War, and I said to her, what made you decide to join the Marines? And she goes, my girlfriend and I walked down the block and there was really cute boys in the office.
There you go.
She goes, my dad did not appreciate that. And then
Welcome to the Marines,
I know.
ladies.
And then I was like, what did you do in there? And she just went like this and zipped her mouth. Can't tell you or I'd have to kill you.
That's funny.
So I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
there's not many women in the Korean War.
But well, it was so fabulous too, because when we went, and let me get into this. Let me tell you, let's talk about what the trip is exactly.
Okay. So Honor Flight, I'll start with the history of Honor Flight
Yeah.
so everybody can grasp what our intentions are. Honor Flight was started by two gentlemen that realized that with the dedication of the World War II Memorial in 2004, like my grandfather who had already passed, World War II veterans were already well into their 80s. Obviously, many of them were never going to see the memorial.
Right.
And so they made it their mission to, for free, fly as many World War II veterans to see the memorial as possible before
How cool is
they
that?
passed. So that was the beginning of Honor Flight. And this is a celebratory year for them, obviously, since they started in 2005. So
Oh, wow.
since then, initially all our flights were full of World War II veterans. Then we, as you had a Korean vet, we transitioned to the Korean veterans.
Now it's all numb.
And now we're pretty much throughout the country. We're at over 80% of our flights are with Vietnam veterans.
Wow.
There are over 110 hubs throughout the United States. Florida alone has 10. Obviously, we are a veteran-rich state. We're only second behind California. So we're very privileged to have many veterans here that we want to give the opportunity to fly for free at no cost to them at all, to fly up to Washington. We do a one-day trip. We leave very early in the morning. We spend the day in Washington, and we fly home in the evening.
It's a long day.
Up and back.
Up
on the
and
same
back.
day.
It's a
in the
long
same
day.
day. And
You meet at the airport at like 4:00 in the morning or
yes,
something.
we meet at the
was.
airport at 4, and we have breakfast and take off. And
then you fly. It was to Baltimore. Where is that? Where the first stop? Is that where the
Yes,
flight?
currently it's Baltimore.
Because when on the flight that I went to, so we landed in Baltimore, and then we got in this big bus, right?
Yes.
And then there's like bumper to bumper traffic on the road,
Welcome
and you're
to
thinking,
DC.
how are you ever going to get like to one of these memorials? And all of a sudden, these cops on motorcycles came and surrounded the bus.
Oh,
and
wow,
And
for
the
real?
cars just parted.
And an escort.
Yes.
You had an escort.
The cars just parted. And I'll tell you, all the guys on the bus are like, woo!
yeah.
You know, when I got off the bus, they just wanted to meet those cops.
You sure there wasn't a president behind you or
No.
something trying to pass you?
But it was so
No, it was
cool.
Linda being in the bus.
Oh, it's Linda
It
being
was,
on
like,
the
it
bus.
was all for Linda. But yeah,
No,
we
please.
spend the day touring the different memorials, and then we come home in the evening about 8 o'clock to the St. Pete Clearwater Airport, who is one of our strongest supporters and has been for years. We love and appreciate all of them, along with TSA. And I can't tell you what they do for us logistically to get us in and out of the
my
right
God.
gates and
Yeah.
here and at the airport.
Fabulous.
In BWI. They're absolutely wonderful.
And that welcome home is just so,
Yes.
you know, I mean,
And
it's been a long day. My lady was like, if they do one more nice thing for me, I'm going to die. and so here's all they come off the plane, and here's all the different branches of the military lined up.
Wow.
And then the girls, what do you call those girls?
Pinup girls.
The pinup girls,
Oh,
you know,
for real?
they're singing
Nice.
the boogie
In their
woogie.
beautiful dresses.
You know, and
their
what
hair.
they do is they give them a book with all the photos of the day, what we can do with technology today.
Right,
So
right.
all day long, they're sending these photos to them.
Yeah, we do that digitally now.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
We do it digitally.
But like, how awesome is that?
Yeah, they have. Have a Facebook page full of albums from each mission,
That's fabulous.
and they can print, look back, do whatever they need to with those. But yes, our welcome home ceremony typically has almost 1,000 people,
Yeah.
if not more, to greet our veterans. Of
Whew.
course, this
That's
is
a lot.
very, very important for the experience. Our veterans are just overwhelmed, and it typically is one of the very favorite part of their day. And we have all kind of representation there, as Linda mentioned. We have people that are currently active in the military. We get a lot of help from MacDill and CENTCOM. We have admirals, we have generals. that
Everybody's
come.
waving their little flags.
We have
and-
women's groups, we have photography clubs, we have motorcycle clubs,
Photography
we
clubs.
have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts,
Yeah.
Civil Air Patrol, TSA gets involved. We have honor guards, we have American Legions,
As we should.
VFWs.
As we should.
Well, you
had-
remember we went
wonderful.
to see them come in. We couldn't
One
get
time.
in the airport.
Yeah, it was so
yeah.
crowded the one time.
We
For
couldn't
real.
get
Wow.
in.
Oh yeah, we absolutely can't thank our community enough. I have awesome supporters of Honor Flight, and without them, we couldn't do what we do. It costs us over $90,000 a flight, and I do not receive federal or state assistance. This is all just money we raise.
All right, so
by
who do you
tucking us.
pick? How do people get picked to go on the flight?
We start chronologically by conflict. So, of course, at this time, my World War II vets are over 100, but I have already flown one this year, so I have another to go. And then Vietnam is the last conflict we're currently flying until we get through most of those. If we have obviously Korean veterans, it's the same as World War II. They get first priority. Then our Vietnam vets, and that you fly based on when your application was submitted.
Right.
I currently have a waiting list. As always, we have right now about 400 on our waiting list.
Wow.
We do 4 flights a year, 75 veterans each with 75 guardians who donate $500 to have the experience with their veteran for the day. Of course, that helps us defray the cost of the flight. That only gets us to less than 40,000. So for each flight, we're raising about $42,000 to go. So that's why.
What a gift to our veterans.
Oh,
what a gift.
I tell you.
I could cry because I know, we don't appreciate our veterans as much as we should and what they've done. Your dad was a vet, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Well, he was a World War II bomber pilot. Flew over Germany. And actually, what is today? Today is the
7/11.
7/11. In 1944, on July 12th, he got shot down over Munich in a B-17.
Really?
And then managed to evade capture, became a POW, and then escaped and got back to the United States.
No way.
Right out of a movie.
That is
Great.
amazing.
Yeah,
And then we
so-
get Sean.
And that's
Then we got Baby Sean.
Then I got Baby Sean. So that's the anniversary of that is actually is happening tomorrow.
That's absolutely amazing. The stories I could talk for absolutely forever. The gentleman that I've met, the stories they've told me, just so many of them have guardians with them that are family.
Right.
Isn't that fabulous?
It's around 30% for each flight. And of course, we encourage, their grandchildren to take them. And I, as one of our roles when we land, is I'll wander around with the veterans and see the memorials and talk to them, take pictures if necessary. And I can't tell you how many of them where I have said at the Korean Memorial, for example, for those that know about the memorial, each statue represents
so beautiful, that memorial.
Somewhat a position in the Korean War that the veterans served. And I'll say, oh, you were a corpsman. Does this represent what you wore, what you had during the war? And they'll start to talk. And I have had so many daughters and grandchildren say, I've never heard this before. I'm like, turn on your phone.
Yeah.
And they will talk for an hour. And I mean, amazing stories. Like they got on a bus in North Carolina with their wife and baby.
Right.
Took a 5-day trip across the country where they camped each night with hot plates, heated food and baby bottles, got to California in the Navy, had no idea they were going to Korea, and waved goodbye to their wife and baby and were put on a ship and sent to Korea. I had no idea.
Oh my God.
I mean, I had one gentleman in World War II that told me he went down and volunteered and he weighed 115 pounds and he had to weigh 118. So they said, go to the general store and eat as many bananas as pounds you're short and drink a gallon of milk and sit there for an hour and don't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
Don't do anything.
The do you do.
Yeah, just sit there. And he said there were 3 of them that sat there that were so underweight they had to do this and then went back, made the weight. And his job on a ship was they stuffed him down the cannons to clean them. That was his job.
Oh, because he was slim.
So he was so little. And I mean, can you imagine? And
No.
he's like, oh yeah, I'd be
Johnny will fit in there just fine.
I know. I'm just like, I mean,
and he was grateful to do that.
Oh,
though.
they have
Of course.
amazing stories. And I
Wow.
love to
When you think
hear
of all the jobs in the military, you don't think about everything that adds up to the whole picture.
Yes. And
Yeah.
there's
My
so much.
advice is going fat so that you
Go get
So they
stuffed
don't
in
put you in the cannon.
Yes.
I know.
You're in big trouble then.
I
I'm
know.
not even taking you near a rifle.
Oh my goodness.
Well, and it's also interesting because obviously so many children can't relate to anything such as this, and wars are fought so differently.
It's such an education.
Yes, it's an amazing.
You know, when I had my
education.
lady and we would be at some of the monuments and there would be classes, school classes there. And especially since she was a woman and they would come over and say, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you, and it was like so overwhelming for her. And then one of my best parts of the trip is on the way home on the plane, they have mail call and they give you envelopes with letters from random people that have just written to you, kids and stuff, and says, thank you for your service. And it's just such an emotional and fabulous thing. And it's something that they can relate to. Mail call, how important mail call was.
Mail call, definitely. That's that's how we relate it to them. Do you all remember mail call when you were in the service? And yes, we reach out. Our community supplies tons of the letters, of course, but when they get confirmed for a flight, we do in secret reach out to their family and ask their family and friends to write them letters as well.
Nice.
And so it's so meaningful. And I mean, amazing things that happen. I received a postcard the night before, and all it said was grandpa, which I have 75 grandpas on that flight. And it was an actual printed card from the Army, and it was from a young lady who's currently serving overseas to her grandfather. Well, I, of course, want to get this to him.
Yeah.
So it's so neat how the Army makes this possible. Well, she does this digitally, and then they, had the picture of her in her letter, and I could find that grandfather, and he was just amazed that they did this for him. And there's
so much better ways of communication. Say, as I said to you before, my uncle was in Vietnam, and I used to write him like twice a week. I was in the 4-H, and I used to send him candies that I sold or whatever. Oh. And just the other day, I found a couple of letters from him. And I thought, oh my goodness, but they waited weeks, months sometimes even to get those letters. What was that movie recently with the mail?
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? It was a real life movie, and there was all this mail that hadn't been delivered.
All the women that did it.
Yeah.
Because all women.
And so they hired a bunch of women, and because they didn't think they could do it. And they were like, this mail needs to be delivered. And they got it delivered.
Of course they did.
It was like unbelievable.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
But how important that.
You're the
okay,
only
just
boy
footnote
here.
for everybody that's on the radio. I am the only dude in the room.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 women looking at me like, you're not going to say anything, are you,
No,
Sean?
and you're the only one that can't make babies either. So.
Oh, I can make babies.
You can't birth them.
No, but I'm pretty sure you
God,
still
right?
need me.
I don't know. It comes bottled.
So if somebody wants to be a volunteer or to help out, what do they do?
They can go to our webpage, which is Honor Flight W, as in will call. I'm trying to tie it to a thing. Honor Flight W, C for Central, and F for Florida, WCF.org. And on our website, you'll see the applications. If you're a veteran and you want to apply to go, of course, as mentioned, it is free for the veteran.
Mm-hmm.
If, of course, we always need guardians. As I said, only about 30% of our veterans that fly with family members. So we do need our community to support that.
Well, sign me up.
Sign you up?
Sign me up,
We'd love to
100%.
sign-
Yeah,
we
you have
would
my
definitely do
immediate
that.
commitment. I'm next time you fly,
Well,
I'll
we
be with
fly
you.
September 16th and October 21st this year.
Okay.
I will make time on my schedule.
You're
Well, we'd love
just
to have
showing off because you're under 70.
Oh, I didn't say there was young women in the room, now did I?
Well, we
And if
appreciate-
people just want to write letters,
yes.
there's many different
Yep.
things they can do.
Our P.O. box is listed on the website if you want to write a general thank you letter, or you have children that can draw pictures or make cards.
Yeah, like if you have a camp and you're hearing this
Yeah.
today, and you have a camp of a bunch of kids, let them
Yep.
make some
Or
stuff.
if you're a school teacher.
Yeah.
We love, and I had the most amazing fundraiser happen this year where a second grade class, I think they were second grade, they did a fundraiser where they sold lollipops and sold a ridiculous amount of lollipops to make a donation of like $800 to us. I mean, it was wonderful.
Aw.
Yeah.
So we've had them do penny drives for us where they've raised a couple
Everyone can
thousand.
contribute.
Oh yeah. And there's our volunteer apps are on there too. We obviously have lots of opportunities for that. I'm also available along with my other board members, our community reach out group. If you have something, a group of people that
Yeah, you
are
need to come
interested
to my
in flying.
Kiwanis group.
Yep, Kiwanis,
Yeah.
American Legions. I don't have access to the VA records, so I have no way of reaching out to veterans and saying, "Hey, come fly with me." We just go
So
with
we
word
need
of
to do
mouth
that.
or their clubs, your neighbors. You know a veteran,
Yeah, the
have them
VFWs and-
apply.
yeah.
Yes, a lot of people think we magically get their names,
I
but
get
the
it.
attorney here can tell you why am I not allowed to have that?
That's privacy issues. I would
That's
imagine.
right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
So I
Yeah,
have no
They
access
won't
to
give me
that.
that list either. By
Yeah,
the way,
see,
so.
they won't give it out. So I desperately, I will warn everyone ahead of time.
But you know what? I'd like to get like a flyer from you or something because my Kiwanis group does the Field of Honor in Seminole every November, and this year we'll have 600 flags.
Oh wow!
For 600 veterans, so it's $35 for a flag. The big huge flag. There's a streamer on it, and it says Thomas Burhan's Army. From whatever the years or whatever.
Yes, I can definitely.
We started, I think, 10 years ago with 28 flags, and now it's 600.
Wow,
that's amazing.
That is some
it's very
exponential growth.
especially since I am like one of the youngest in my group.
You running out of room for flags up there?
Well, we already had to go over to St. Pete College.
Yeah, I think
now the
so.
mayor wants us to go somewhere else, but you know what? You got to drill down in the ground.
Palace Park.
The sleeves, and they got to be measured exactly 5 feet apart. Thank God for Duke Energy. They came and put in ambient lighting because they have to be lit at night. I mean, it's a big
That's a big deal. Wow.
But no, we're happy to. I have.
If I can get some
press cards I can
information, then
let
we
you.
can share that because it's tons of veterans.
Yep, and we have a Facebook page too that you can check out
Good.
and lead you to our website for any applications that you have. But we are thrilled with any opportunity to
Get
sign
the word
up
out.
to get our word out and sign up more veterans. As I was saying, I will apologize now if you happen to go to my Publix or Walmart. I will come up and talk to you if I see you're wearing a hat, noting that you're a veteran. I will come up to you. I am real.
Sonny, single veterans out there, you know which Publix to go to with a hat on.
So
you live in St. Pete. I'll apologize ahead of time.
So Remembrance Day is a big day for you. Or do you have Remembrance Day in the States?
No.
We have Veterans Day.
Oh, so where they do the poppies?
We don't do poppies, but
Because
we
that
do.
would be a good.
Yeah, Veterans
source.
Day is a big thing. And it's in November here. So,
That's why we do the Field of Honor
Yep.
in November.
November is a big month.
Because we can just keep it up just for that month.
Yeah,
'Cause we use
that's
all their
wonderful. I
programs.
didn't know you did that.
Yeah, we'll talk more.
Yes.
Cool.
And now time is here for our wonderful partners, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Located in Seminole, the Alexander Spine Center team is trained on the latest chiropractic treatments and technologies. At Alexander Spine Center, you'll find chiropractic and physical therapy care that is safe, effective, and a natural approach to pain and other health-related issues. Chiropractic unlocks your body's potential and natural healing process to ensure your life is a healthy life. We treat clients from the womb to the tomb. Call 727-397-3000 for a free consultation today, or visit our website at www.alexanderspinecenter.com.
They take good care of me twice a week, so check them out.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
We believe the power of the human body and mind can do amazing things, and that tapping into that power, not just tricking it with a temporary disguise, is possible. Superpatch technology uses a special pattern and vibrotactile technology to help you go from feeling blah to hurrah. Now, once the Superpatch is in contact with your skin, it triggers a neutral response in the brainstem that helps you tackle your daily problems head on. Whether you're struggling with pain, balance, stress, or focus, we have a solution that might be right for you. With Superpatch's 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Hi, this is Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers. I started using the Liberty Patch over 3 years ago. I used to be a tripper, but since wearing the Liberty Patch, I haven't tripped once. The Liberty Patch is proven to reduce the risk of falling by up to 8 times. And as we all know, if you prevent the fall, you prevent the call. Don't wait until it's too late. Preventative solutions are the answer.
Superpatch does not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure illness. Superpatch is FDA registered. To receive 25% off your first order, go to sticktoit.info. That's sticktoit.info and learn more.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back.
Oh, well, we're back.
Yes, we're
Are
back.
we back?
Are you going to be at Sages this weekend?
Heck yeah, man. You want to talk about
Me
5 seconds
too.
about
I'm gonna be
Sages?
there. Yeah. So we have Sages Theater. The newest show is Deal Maker, a play with purpose, laughs, and local talent. Sounds like us.
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow at McCall Hall at St. Patrick's Church in Largo.
Okay, so this thing is completely free. All
Yep.
right. The people that put this on, and actually the actors and actresses, are old. Okay. And that means older than me. And they do an unbelievable job. They're funny. It's really outrageously funny. And it has these messages intertwined. We did an Alzheimer's one time. We did a scam one time. And these are real serious topics, but they wrap the topics in these plays.
And you know what?
They're entertaining.
It opens for conversation.
Absolutely.
Because I go there and I watch one of those shows and I'll see two girlfriends sitting next to each other and they start going like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
that's me. I just tripped over that rug.
It's free. It's entertaining. It's relevant, and it is a great way to spend an afternoon.
And you also meet people from the community.
Yep,
And this
it's
is called
absolutely
Sage?
Sages. Yeah.
Sages Theater.
Yeah, it's the name. I'm sure it's an acronym. I should probably know what it is.
Seniors Actor Guild something.
You weren't ready for the quiz?
I just kind of I've been sponsoring these guys
if
for like 2 years.
Christina's listening,
now,
I'm in big damn trouble.
Yeah, right. Christine, you didn't hear that. I know what it means. I'll talk to you later.
So anyway, then we have them July 19th at the Palladium in St. Pete.
Absolutely fabulous.
The 26th at the Catherine Hickman Theater in Gulfport.
Yep, a great place to see a play.
August 2nd at Pinellas Park Performing Arts Center.
Which you've never been, you should. It's a really cool. It's a very lovely little theater. Yeah, those are all great things. Yeah.
So you can get tickets. You just go to Sages Theater. So it's SAGESTHEATER.org and reserve your tickets.
Yeah, you do need a ticket. Yes.
Yeah,
but they're absolutely, they're 100%.
Because what'll
free.
happen, they really fill up, and you may get in if you're not pre-registered, but you may
come
not.
to Saturday and you get to see me in live in person.
Too.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna be there too.
performer?
Not yet, but I'm working.
Are you coming?
I'm getting there. Though.
Not yet.
Right, yeah. So, well, I'm not old enough. You see.
Oh, you're not old. I just thought maybe you weren't good enough.
Oh no! I'm definitely good enough. It's just that is I'm not old enough. You know, so I fudged it, and they
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you still had some training to happen.
We have to wrap this up. Had a live support group at Oregon Courts this morning. It was fabulous. Please come. It's the second Saturdays every month at 10 o'clock. We have a caregiver luncheon coming up on Wednesday, July 30th at 12 o'clock at Clear Sky on Park.
Clear Sky, wonderful. Almost went there for lunch today.
Oh my God,
almost.
Isn't it fabulous?
But I would have been late.
Oh, okay. So if you're interested in that, you can email me at lindaburhans@AOL or my phone number 727-365-8383. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I know your caregiving journey is not easy, and we're just here to help you find help and hope. And thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, thank you so
Sean,
much for
being
having me
here.
Always fun, Linda. Always fun.
Remember, God loves you all the time, and have a delicious day.